Welcome back to Off-Label Veterinary News, your source for commentary on animals, medicine, and practice life. If this is your first time, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Let's jump in to Facebook privacy settings for veterinary professionals. As a veterinary professional and someone who uses social media regularly, I wanted to find out exactly what information Facebook was collecting on me. So to begin, we're going to open up our Facebook page and we're going to click on Settings. From there, we're going to see a menu that we don't often interact with. And the first thing I'll draw your attention to is download a copy of your Facebook data. If you want to see exactly what Facebook is archiving on your activities on Facebook, which is everything, I encourage you to download this archive. It took me about 15 minutes to download it. You're going to be given an email link and then it sends you later, but everything I've ever done or posted or interacted with on Facebook is in that archive. But let's look at some of the things that we're talking about with this latest controversy. And I'd like to start off by clicking on ads. So if we click on ads, we see a lot of different things that advertisers have access to in order to gauge who they want to market or target in their advertising campaigns. And so I want to start off by looking at your information. And this just tells us a little bit about, I'm married, employer, and so forth. And this tells whether or not you allow this information out into the world, into apps, into advertisers, and so forth. So I encourage you to either toggle on or toggle off if you want people to have access to that information. But what I think is really interesting is how Facebook categorizes me as a person, and then this is what they're selling to different advertisers. So click on your categories and you see the categories that Facebook thinks I'm most involved with. Obviously, I'm a parent, I have a birthday, I'm very liberal in my political leanings, and so forth. These are the areas that Facebook actively targets me with advertising and marketing. And if you choose to remove something here, of course, you can just simply go and click on it, and then that no longer shows up, or it does. From here, we go to your interests, and these are businesses and organizations and groups that Facebook has identified that I interact with, and again, it uses these to market to people, and of course, this is my personal information. This is who I am on Facebook. And so I would encourage you to go through if you want to delete some category here. For example, if I'm not really into video games, I can remove this and then I will no longer receive any more information on video games. I encourage you to explore the ads menu on Facebook because you may find some businesses or organizations or topics that you no longer want to be affiliated with. The next area that you want to examine is the apps menu. Now, typically these are apps that we have opted to use Facebook as our login information, but let's take a look and see what information actually this app has access to. So we look at AP Mobile. As you can see here, of course, it has a public profile and my friend list. Now, I don't want AP Mobile to necessarily have access to all of my friends, so we can uncheck that box. I encourage you to go through this list of apps that are using Facebook to log in and make sure that the information that you share with them is only the information that you think is appropriate. But Facebook isn't limited to accessing your personal information based on the apps that you select, but also on the apps that your friends select. So if we look here on the apps that others use, this tells you what information those apps can access about you. So you may want to, as I've done, unselect all information so that they don't get much information about me. So just how detailed and personal is my information that Facebook uses to sell to advertisers anyway? Well, if you look at this infographic, you can see that it's pretty detailed. I mean, of course, they get the basic information, your age, your gender, your location, do you speak any languages, are you married, what level of education, where do you work, but also things like your finances, your home ownership, what kind of home do you live in, how old, what generation are you in, ethnicity, what about your parents, what about your life events, your politics, and where do you lie on the political spectrum? I mean, you can see that Facebook has an awful lot of detail when it comes to your personal life, and they are using these details to make billions of dollars every year off of us. There's a lot of talk about deleting Facebook and leaving the platform and these sorts of strategies, but quite frankly, they're just not tenable in today's world. I mean, we've got billions of people that are interacting on Facebook. In some countries, this may be their primary communication platform, so I don't really see Facebook going away anytime soon. I do expect to see some increased regulatory oversight. I think it's going to start in the EU, where they have definitely made a clear signal to Facebook and other social media platforms that privacy is to be taken very seriously. I expect over the next couple of years we may see Facebook face regulatory pressures within the United States, but we'll wait and see. I'm currently not super satisfied with Zuckerberg's apology tour and some of the things that he's promising moving forward. I think they're going to have to do a better job at actually securing our personal information if we're going to continue to use it. But if you're a veterinary professional out there today, I would encourage you to, one, look at the settings that we just sort of walked through and determine what you want to share and what you don't. Number two, I want you to make sure that your business is also locked down and that you go through some of those settings as well. You may find that there's an app or something linked to one of your Facebook professional pages that you maybe want to discontinue using at this point. And then the third thing is, I think that just be cautious moving forward. I mean, the things that we post are archived forever. It seems that somehow these posts and pictures and all of our information could wind up in hands of people or organizations that we wouldn't necessarily choose to do that. But again, I think we need to be aware that in this day and age, privacy is a luxury and we need to treat it as such. So for me as a veterinary professional, I'm going to keep posting on Facebook and Instagram, and I'm going to keep using all of these social media platforms, but I'm also going to be a little more cautious moving forward. Well, that's it for another edition of Off-Label Veterinary News. If you like content like this, be sure to hit that subscribe button and ding the notification bell so you'll be notified as soon as content like this drops on your internet doorstep. Until next time, keep living that Facebook privacy life. Bye.